It was a quiet Thursday morning when Jonathan Hale, a powerful tech executive, noticed something unusual. His housekeeper, Maria Lopez, hadn't shown up for work. For 6 years, she had arrived every day at exactly 8 a.m., never late, never absent. She always greeted him with that soft, respectful smile before quietly disappearing into her work. But that morning, the house felt different, emptier somehow. He told himself it was nothing. Maybe she caught a cold. Maybe she needed rest. But as hours passed and she didn't answer his calls, a strange unease grew inside him, something he hadn't felt in years. Maria wasn't just an employee. In some quiet way, she was part of the rhythm of his life. That afternoon, Jonathan did something he hadn't done in years. He drove himself. He entered her address into his GPS, heading toward a part of town he'd never visited. The streets changed as he drove, from clean glass towers to cracked sidewalks and faded paint. The air felt heavier. He realized he'd spent years building his empire while forgetting there were people struggling just beyond its shadow. When he reached a small apartment complex, he hesitated. Paint peeled from the walls and the wind whistled through broken windows. Still, he knocked on the faded blue door marked 12B. After a moment, it opened. Maria stood there, pale, tired, holding a small boy in her arms. Her eyes widened in shock. "Mr. Hale," she whispered. "I didn't come to work. I wanted to make sure you were okay." She looked down, embarrassed. "I'm sorry, sir. I meant to call. My son's been sick, and I couldn't afford to take him to the doctor." Jonathan's gaze drifted inside. The room was nearly empty. A thin blanket on the couch, a table with one chair, a flickering heater in the corner. A little girl peeked from behind the couch, watching him with cautious curiosity. He stepped in slowly. "You should have told me," he said softly. She shook her head. "I didn't want to lose my job. People don't hire mothers with sick children." Jonathan felt something twist inside him. Guilt, maybe? Or realization? He had spent years managing profits, numbers, and projects, but never people. He said finally, "Maria, you've worked for me for years. Let me help you. This isn't charity, it's fairness." Tears filled her eyes. "I don't know what to say." "Just say yes," he replied. That night, Jonathan returned home changed. The silence of his penthouse no longer felt peaceful. It felt empty. He made a decision that would echo far beyond that day. He started a program within his company, one that would support single parents like Maria with housing, childcare, and healthcare. It wasn't about image or reputation. It was about doing something human. And somewhere across town, in that small apartment now warm with light and laughter, Maria held her children close, whispering a quiet prayer not for money, but for kindness that still existed in the world.